Well, guys, OLIGHT just released this ArkPro flashlight, and I'm going to call this the Swiss Army knife of flashlights because there's so many features to this, but yet it's not complicated. Because a lot of flashlights out there, you got to tap it once, twice, hold, something like that, and it gets very, very complicated. This has way more features than I've ever seen on any flashlight, and yet it is super intuitive. It's very easy to use. And I want to talk about this here today. So the body of this flashlight, they've taken a block of aluminum and they CNC machined it down to what you see here. And I love the design, the profile of it that's not round in your pocket. This is designed to be an EDC flashlight. And not only that, but EDC plus, because you can use this on the job site, no doubt, for all kinds of purposes with multiple flashlight options, UV light, laser. I mean, there's so many things that are on here, and it's an updated version of their older model, and this has a better battery life, better output, better throw of the actual light itself. I mean, this can go to 200 or a little over 200 meters, so that's what, 650 something feet of throw on the light in here. So you got this main dial. I'm hoping you'll be able to see this on the camera, but basically this bottom part, I can rotate it to the middle, which is a kind of more like a flood type light. I can rotate it to the right. It is a spotlight. I can rotate it all the way to the left, and it is a UV light. Now, all of those different light options will have various brightness levels. And the way that you can control that is by pushing it on. If I push and hold, it goes brighter. It goes all the way down to, they call it a moonlight or very soft light, so medium, bright, back down to the main one. So that would be on the floodlight there. I'd switch it over here to this spotlight, and same idea, just press and hold that middle button. Goes to the very low, medium, and high. So it's super intuitive. I mean, it's not difficult. Of course, you can see for a moment, it just shows the battery life and what it is. Kind of shows you your brightness levels, all that on there, that battery life. So that's really handy. You can kind of see it. It will go off after just a moment. So, it's not always looking at the green thing there. But then on the left-hand side is the UV light. And I'll talk about that in just a second. But again, I can press and hold. It's a brighter UV, softer one. And then just click on and off. Just push that middle button. So this is kind of your controls. Very intuitive, in switching between those options. And then on the side, you got a laser right here. So again, press and hold. There's the not as intense of a laser. Press and hold. There's a brighter laser right there. So, and again, because it's green laser and not a red laser, it'll show up better in the daytime. So that's nice. So, but look at the overall design. You kind of got, it's not a sharp point there. Kind of looks like it from this angle, but it's not. Just a raised, kind of reinforced center line there. You got some kind of grip. It's kind of a grippy side texture on both sides. So you have, there's the front, just so you can see it. There's multiple ways there's a couple ways to charge this. One is with the charging thing they give you. So you can just clip that in, plug this in, just regular USB. And when you do, this little light right here shows up red when it's charging, turns green when it's fully charged. Or if you want to do a USB-C, you can do the USB-C on the side here. Okay, so that's nice. So it does not come with USB-C cable. It does come obviously with this. The other thing, this back part right here is magnetic. So obviously it's not going to stick to this. But you put this on a refrigerator, put this under a car hood if you're working on an engine at night or something, and that's fully magnetic. I do like this double deep pocket clip. So not only can it's a deep pocket clip, so you'd only just see just the very top of this sticking out of your pocket. But if you wanted to put this on, let's say, a hat, so I've got a hat here, I'll show you, then now you've got a headlamp, right? So that's pretty handy. So anyway, guys, I mean, all those features on a little compact, more of a slim line design flashlight is really, really nice. Let me talk about the UV though, this UV light, because some of you are like, why would you have a UV light on something? They send you this card, and of course it just says Pro, but put the UV light on it. Well, now you can read it. Pro Performance powers your boldest adventures. So that's pretty cool. Just regular, of course. So that's just to show what it can do. But again, if there's something like you want to verify if a $20 bill is real or not, well, there's the line right there. So without the UV, put it on, you can see it right there. So, other uses for a UV light that I've found is if you have a boots closet, something like that, and you're worried if there's scorpions or certain insects, they will brighten up and glow with UV light. The other thing is, I've noticed, you can see if something's very clean or not. I guarantee you that if you were to take this and shine this around parts of your house, you would see if something is actually clean. Let's say you had a cleaning crew come in and then they left and like, is this actually clean? You can turn the UV light on and you will be able to see. If you're staying in a hotel and you want to see, are there bed bugs in my bed? Something like that. Or is this hotel room actually clean? Well, this would be a great way to go with that. The other thing is bodily fluids. So certainly with blood, urine, the UV light is used in forensic, for forensic purposes. So you can see, where's that pet stain? I smell my pet has used the bathroom in the living room or something, and I can't quite know where that spot is. Well, then use the UV light and you can find it. Something like that. Or things like mold. All right, so another use for this. Look at this. Mold all in here. Can you see that? I don't know if it's going to focus or not. All that mold right there just highlights with that UV. There's all kinds of purposes for having a UV light on there. Are you going to use that every day? Probably not. But certainly with a floodlight and having, again, the option to be very bright, 1,500 lumens on this thing, that is pretty remarkable. Now, what about the battery charge on this? The battery, they say something like if you run it on medium brightness for 30 days, medium brightness for 30 minutes, it'll last like 26 days. That's really, really good for a flashlight. Now, how long does it take you to charge this back up? For me, I think it was around hour and a half, something like that, to charge fully. It's going from completely dead to fully charged. So I guess depending on certain factors. But anyway, guys, what do you think? What do you think? I am a big fan. I've got a good friend of mine who has the old model. This is, like I said, brand new, just releasing around this weekend that I'm posting it. So I was able to get this ahead of time. They sent this to me for review. I've got a friend of mine who has the old model of this, and he's been looking to upgrade his old model because this has better performance in so many ways from their older models. So even if you do have the older model, you might want to consider this, and there's those new features. Having both on the front here, having both the spotlight, the floodlight, the UV, and the laser on the side, and by the way, you can do, I turn on the, let's go to a low light, so just so you see this. But if I turn on the light, I can also do the laser as well. So you can see that. So I can do the laser and the light at the same time. So if I'm wanting to point something out at night, well, there you go. And when I say construction, it'd be nice to be able to use this on the job site or home projects, and you're wanting to point out something to another person up in a far corner or something like that. Ideal to have that laser. Of course, we use the laser around my home. The dogs loves chasing it around. So if I want to get some energy out and it's raining outside or something, with our dog inside, he loves to chase the laser around. So fun things like that, no doubt. But you can probably imagine, it's important, I think, to have a flashlight as an EDC flashlight. For years, I've carried actually a different OLIGHT. I have videos on that. And this one, because of the various features that are on here and just how intuitive, as I mentioned, how easy it is to use, highly recommend this OLIGHT, the ArkPro. Check it out. I'll drop a link for it down below. Thanks so much for your support for us, for our channel, and we'll see you on the next video.